Hey everybody, Mr. Shadwell here. It's time for another drawing video on YouTube. This time we're going to be doing the Celtic Knot. It's a really easy project to do. Follow my steps. It should be a piece of cake. Here's what we're shooting for. You can kind of see it's a cool little knot system here that has this outer knot that goes all the way around the edge. It's got two little interlocking knots in the middle and they all kind of connect all together. So follow my steps. It's a piece of cake. All you need is a nice sharpened pencil, an eraser, and a Sharpie. Maybe a couple colors to make it some decoration on the end. So follow along, see if you can do it yourself.
Alright guys, so there's lots of different ways to do this. I'm just going to show you a real simple way. It just involves 4 vertical lines and 4 horizontal lines crisscrossing. These don't have to be perfect anyway. It kind of looks better, I think, if you do it a little bit more organic. So you don't have to make them perfect. I'm just going to use a ruler just to make it real quick here. So I'm going to do 4 horizontal lines, or sorry, vertical lines for you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do 4 horizontal lines as well. You can take these out past the edges. 2, 3, 4. Now you can do as many of these as you want. 4 and 4 I think is pretty easy. It creates a nice little Celtic loop pattern on the side with 2 crisscrossing Celtic loops on the inside too. So you'll kind of see what we do here. Now I got my basic lines here and I can erase these later on. I got my Sharpies here ready to go. So once again, you want to stay focused the entire process. So you want to try to keep track of where you're going over and under on these. I usually like to start in the top here and work my way down. So this is going to be my first over. Remember, each one of these lines represents an over-under. We're going to keep lines on both sides here to try to get our knot look. So starting up here, I'm going to go over on this first one. So I'm going to go over this first line, over on this. So I'm going to come down here and try to stay close to my original line on both sides, over, over. See, I hopped over that first line. I'm going to come down here, I'm going to stop right before I hit my next line and put a line across here because I'm going to try to go under this line. So I'm like going under a bridge here. So I'm going to put a little double line in here, which I'll use later on, under. Okay, so I'm going to go under that one. I'm going to come back underneath on the other side, under. I'm going to come down through here. I'm going to go over the top of this next line, over. Come down here, over. Good. I went over that line, so I went over, under, over again. Here's my next line. I'm going to go under this, under this guy here. Okay? You want to try to keep these guys all the same thickness. If you start getting wider or start getting off center here, it's going to mess you up. So try to keep everything about the same thickness here. Alright, so I've gone underneath this one, under a little bit. I'm just going to pull this one out just a little bit like that. Okay? And here's where I'm going to make my first turn. These go under and it's going to turn around and connect to this first one here. So I'm just going to make a nice little loop here, nice and smooth. That one loops to that one. This one's going to loop around here and make to that one. Okay? So now I've gone under the bridge. I'm coming in a loop, kind of like an on-ramp to a highway. I'm going to go over the loop I just made, over that one. So there's my over. Coming across here. Come on, Sharpie. There we go. Right there. I got to stop because I'm going to go under this guy. Under. And these little ones that I'm making right now, even though they're just temporary, will become permanent later on. Going under that one. So I'm going to go over the next one. There we go. And under this guy. Made that one a little fat, but that's okay. And then just come out a little bit on this guy. We're going to make another loop. We're going to loop around this one. So we went under. I'm going to make a little loop here. Come around this side. Try to keep that same thickness all the way around. Meet up with that guy here. See, this one's a bit bigger. That's okay, though. Once again, it kind of gives that hand-drawn look. We don't mind that. So we got over. We're going to go under here. Under. Over on this one. Under this line. Over again. Here we are going to make the turn again. Make a loop here. Make a loop there. There's our over. We're going to go across here. We're going to go under. All the way across. There's our over. Now our under was over here. It's already set, so we can just go right under the one we first started out with. There. Come out on the other side. Here's my loop again. Come around. And we finished. You can kind of see how it just goes over, under, makes our loop all the way around like this. And it kind of keeps going, which is really nice, okay? So there's our outside ring. Now we got to do some inside ones too, okay? So what we're going to have basically is two kind of oval tracks here going this way and going this way that crisscross in the middle here. So we'll start with this one here. We have an over here. Here's an over. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to stop before I hit this line because I just went over here, so I need to go under this one. I'm going to make a temporary one here. Once again, trying to keep all these the same thickness the entire way through really helps. Under this guy. I'm going to go over this line all the way down. Here's our next track. We've already got it laid out for us. I'm going to go under this one, so I'm going to come out a little bit, and I'm just going to reach around here and connect around to that first one there. So it's just a nice little bend here, and one little bend over there. There we go. Alright, so there's our under. I'm coming around. I'm going to go over. Come out here. Here's our next under. Come out of that one. Take it all the way down to our next over. Over. There's our next under. Under. Loop. And loop. There's that one. Okay, then also what we have to do is this one. This one's really simple because it's just kind of connecting the dots. Let's start here. Here's an over. We just have to extend this over to our next under. It's already there for us. That's nice. Extend this one over to our next over. Down to our next under. Come out a little bit, here and here. Connect these guys. 1, 2. Here's our next over. This is basically just extending these lines. At this point it becomes really easy. Here, here, come out the other side for our under, connected to our over here. And just like that, we have a nice little Celtic knot there. Okay, so we have an outside ring here that keeps going over and under all the way through. We have two overlapping oval rings here that connect all the way through, and all of them weave through in the middle here, so it's really nice like that. Now you can take this further and do things such as coloring in all these middle areas. So if you have a Sharpie like this, I'll just color these in and I'll speed this up right now. Okay, so I've gone through and colored in all the inside parts of this, kind of give it a little more contrast, help the knots pop out a little bit more. I can go through now and add some decoration to this if I want to, so I'll take some nice new markers here, and I'll just kind of go through and add some decoration. Now if you wanted to, you could go through and erase all this pencil on the inside here, because you no longer need this stuff. So if you wanted to kind of get rid of some of your pencil marks so they're not showing through, you could certainly get rid of these. You don't need those anymore. They're just kind of guidelines for what we're doing later here. So at this point we can go ahead and erase all of that so the paper looks nice and clean. Alright, and then we can add some decoration, and I'll speed this up as well, but I'll just add a little decoration here. Okay. Okay, so I've just kind of added some color to kind of make it pop a little bit more. There's lots more you could do to this. You could add lots of little details to it, but I think this is kind of a cool little way to show off this little Celtic knot style. You should really try to experiment. You can add more lines each way and really kind of make some integral knots, and it works the same way. It's just more over, under. So I really suggest you give it a try, see what you can do. Show me what you got online. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.